Welcome to the Candace Duff Show, where Candace Duff, coach, author, entrepreneur, and so much more, brings you advice, interviews, inspiration, and education to help you write that book, achieve that goal, and live the life you were meant to live.
Hey there, this is your girl Candace Duff coming at you all the way live from sunny South Florida. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that's that's kind of naughty and very near and dear to my heart. And that has to do with, do you love to write? You know, it's really funny when you're a published novelist, people come up to you all the time and they ask, do you love writing? You must love writing. I mean, you must be so happy that you can write full time, or if you can write full time, or you must want to write full time, or you must love the process. And it's really funny because the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, he actually said something that resonated with me quite a bit. He said, I don't like writing, or I hate writing, but I love having written. And a lot of us writers actually feel that way. I mean, there are a lot of writers who love to write, but there are a lot of writers who don't love the writing process itself, even if they're very good at it. I mean, if you look at the reviews for my books, apparently I'm pretty good at writing, right? But I don't love the process per se. To me, the actual writing part is hard. I mean, it's hard on the mind. It's exhausting. I sometimes feel like I'm falling into a trance or halfway falling asleep when I'm writing. It feels like work, but I do really love having written. And I'm not just talking about the accolades. I'm not just talking about good reviews or high ratings or whatever the case may be. I love the satisfaction I get from finishing a book. I love, more importantly, what other people get out of it, how much other people enjoy it, how much my readers are able to transport themselves as a result. So I do love having written. I like having that end product that I could use to entertain people and transport them and take them away from the strains and stresses of their everyday lives. I will never forget that I got an email one day from somebody, from a reader, who said, I really love your work. And I was going through a really hard time, one of the hardest times of my life. I had people who died on me, and I was taking care of, family members, and, reading your book allowed me to escape. It allowed me to get away from my troubles for that amount of time. And for that, I thank you. And I got to tell you, I almost cried, because that's why I write, right? I write to be able to allow other people to escape. That's why I read fiction. And so I don't necessarily love the process, but I love having written. And I think it's important for every writer to figure out, especially a writer who actually has readers who are waiting for their stuff, try to figure out what they love about it. Some people love the process. Some people love actually the writing itself. It transports them, or it gives them an escape, or it makes them feel good, or takes them to another plane. And some people actually like, writing with a group, or writing with the community, or writing by themselves. It gives them the space they need and allows them to express their creativity. Some people like having written like I do, entertaining people, or informing people, or, just having gotten that work done. Some people feel a compulsion to write, and they enjoy it because it allows them to, to deal with that compulsion. So whatever you do, I mean, whether it's writing, or if it's practicing law, or if it's whatever, you need to figure out what it is you love about the process so that you can do more of that, right? So that you can use that to get you through to the finish line, whatever that might be. Whether it's writing a brief, whether that's an assignment, whether that's a trial, whether that's a case, whether that's, a book, you got to figure out what it is that you love about what you do every day. Because when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work, right? And even though I might not love the process of writing, I do love getting to the finish line. I do love putting that story out there. I do love entertaining people. And so I'm going to keep writing as a result. It's funny because I hadn't really published a book myself since 2016. And I looked up and it's 2022. Like, what the heck happened? Where did these years go? But the thing is, I'm going to be publishing several books this year, some of which I've already finished. And I'm going to be publishing several books this year. But a friend of mine said to me the other day, she says, you're so talented. And I'm not telling you this because I want to toot my own horn. This is what she said, okay? She said, you're so talented that when you don't write, you're actually depriving other people of your stories, of that escape. And I thought about it. And it's true. Like, if you're really good at something and there are things about that thing that you do that you love and you don't do it for whatever reason, then you are depriving others of the ability to enjoy what you do, whatever that may be. So we need to think about that, because you don't want to deprive the marketplace, right, of what you do, of what they love, because then you're depriving yourself of income. You're depriving yourself of satisfaction. You're depriving yourself of that feeling of doing some good. And you're depriving them, which is like the most biggest crime of all, of, them being able to benefit from what you do. So it's important to figure out what you love about it and to figure out how to get yourself through it so that you can actually provide what they love. All right. Well, this episode is actually sponsored by my weekend course, Write Your Book in a Weekend, my weekend workshop. And what we do during that workshop is that we get ready for the workshop beforehand. We figure out what you're going to be writing. We do an outline to make sure you're ready to write. We make sure you have a plan for dictating your book. And then I teach you how to become an old pro at book dictation that weekend. And you write with 20 like-minded individuals. So I keep the classes relatively small so that I can give you the attention that you need as you get your book done. And when you get stuck, I'm there for you. And when you need to go into a private room with me because you need some help, I'm there with you. And we're writing our books together, and we wind up with manuscripts that we can hold in our hot little hands at the end of the weekend. It's one of my favorite workshops, Write Your Book in a Weekend. And anybody who's ever participated in that workshop loves it. They've given me so many great comments. And they feel like they've gotten so much done. Most people leave their workshop inspired, happy, and ready to move on to the next level, which is revising their books. So join me for Write Your Book in the Weekend. Just go to CandiceDuff.com/bookwritingweekend. Once again, that's CandiceDuff.com/bookwritingweekend. All right. That's all, folks, for today. If you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure you sign up wherever you listen to podcasts, whether you watch me on YouTube or you sign up on Spotify or Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, whatever the case may be. Make sure you sign up so that you can never miss an episode. And we'll be talking about all kinds of writing related themes and also just life themes as well. Take care. Bye.